Ever wondered how cybercriminals can hijack an entire online session, gaining access to your sensitive data? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? This act, known as Network Level Session Hijacking, is a method employed by cyber thieves, and it's more common than you might think. It's like a digital heist, where the criminals walk away with your most private information. But how exactly does this happen? Today, we will unravel the mystery behind Network Level Session Hijacking. So, what exactly is Network Level Session Hijacking? Well, let's start off by breaking down the term. A network, as you might know, is a group of interconnected computers. A session is like a conversation between two computers over this network. And hijacking, well, it's just as it sounds. It's the act of taking over something that doesn't belong to you. So, put it all together, and Network Level Session Hijacking is the exploitation of a valid computer session or conversation to gain unauthorized access to information or services in a computer system. Let's imagine a scenario to make this concept a bit clearer. Say you're having a private conversation with a friend in a crowded room. Now, imagine someone else in the room starts listening in on your conversation without you knowing. This eavesdropper then decides to take it a step further and starts to mimic your voice, continuing the conversation with your friend while you're oblivious. Your friend, thinking they're still talking to you, might share secrets they would only tell you. That's a simplified version of what happens in Network Level Session Hijacking. Now let's compare it to a more tangible example. A thief stealing your keys and using them to open your house. In the digital world, your house is your computer system, and your keys are the valid sessions that your computer has with other computers on the network. So, the hijacker or the thief exploits a valid session or steals the keys to gain unauthorized access to your system or open your house. Just like a thief who's stolen your keys, once a hijacker has access to a session, they can do a lot of damage. They can steal sensitive information, manipulate data, or even use the hijacked session to launch attacks on other systems. In essence, it's like a cyber thief sneaking into your online house. Now that we know what it is, you might be wondering how this hijacking happens. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of Network Level Session Hijacking. To put it simply, it's a form of trickery where the attacker slides into an ongoing session between two machines, like a stealthy eavesdropper in a digital conversation. This session could be anything from a secure login to a social media account to a transaction on an online banking platform. The attacker's goal is to take control of this session. But how do they do this? The answer lies with the session token. This token acts as a sort of digital key, a unique identifier that validates the connection between two machines. When you log into a website, for example, a session token is generated. This token confirms your identity and keeps you logged in as you navigate through different pages. In a network level session hijacking, the attacker is trying to get their hands on this session token. They have a few tricks up their sleeves to do this. They might eavesdrop on an unprotected network, trick the user into clicking a malicious link, or exploit vulnerabilities in the network's security infrastructure. Once the attacker has this session token, it's like they've stolen the master key to a house. They can now enter any room they wish, at any time. This gives them the power to access sensitive data, manipulate it, and even impersonate the legitimate user. Imagine someone gaining access to your email account and sending messages as you. Or worse, imagine them getting into your bank account and making transactions on your behalf. The potential harm is significant. The severity of this threat is why it's crucial to understand the mechanics of network level session hijacking. It's a complex and sophisticated form of cyber attack, one that exploits the inherent trust between machines in a network session. With this stolen key, the cyber thief can access your data, manipulate it, or even pose as you. Sounds scary, doesn't it? But don't worry. There are ways to protect yourself. Let's dive into some of the steps you can take to prevent network level session hijacking. First off, the importance of using secure connections cannot be overstated. We're talking about HTTPS here, not HTTP. The S stands for secure, and it means that all communications between your browser and the website are encrypted. It's like speaking a secret language that only you and the website understand. So even if someone manages to intercept your messages, they won't be able to make sense of them. Next, let's talk about software updates. I know, those update notifications can be annoying, popping up when you're in the middle of something important. But here's the thing, software updates aren't just about adding new features. They're also about fixing security vulnerabilities. When a software company discovers a weak spot that hackers could exploit, they patch it up and send it out as an update. By not updating, you're basically leaving your front door open for hackers. Now, on to the third step. You need to be vigilant about strange activity on your accounts. Keep an eye out for unfamiliar transactions, sudden password changes, or repeated login attempts. These could all be signs that someone else is trying to take control of your account. And if you do notice something fishy, act immediately. Change your password, notify the service provider, and check your other accounts for similar activity. Also consider using two-factor authentication. This adds an extra layer of security by requiring a second form of identification, often a code sent to your phone in addition to your password. It's like having a second lock on your front door. Lastly, be cautious of phishing attempts. Hackers often try to trick people into giving away their login credentials by pretending to be a trusted entity. Always double-check the source before providing sensitive information. Remember, cybersecurity is not just about the technology, it's also about being aware and taking the right precautions. So there you have it, the ins and outs of network level session hijacking. We've broken down the basics, delved into the nitty-gritty of the hijacking process, and explored the essential steps to ensure your safety. Remember, understanding the threat is the first step to protection. With the knowledge you've gained, you're now equipped to safeguard your online sessions from potential hijacking. Stay safe, stay secure, and keep your online sessions to yourself. Until next time, goodbye and take care.